Storybook Brawl was nice enough to send me some dust codes, so I'm doing another giveaway. Stick around to the end of the video to find out how you can enter to win. What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and today we are going to be taking a look at a game of Storybook Brawl 99 where I use a Holy Grail while I am level 4. And this definitely speaks to the point I was making yesterday. If you want to win a game of Storybook Brawl, you gotta go over the top and do something truly special. Do something that is highlight worthy, good enough to make it onto my YouTube channel. And that is what is ultimately going to be able to have the potential to win a lobby of Storybook Brawl 99. I'm gonna lock onto Sherwood Sure Shot plus Frog Prince here. I think that that is pretty strong, and I also wanted to talk about my hero choice for this game. We are picking Horde Dragon because Horde Dragon has one of the highest ceilings for heroes in the game. Trophy Hunter probably being the other one with the highest potential ceiling. And I might not pick either of those heroes if I was playing on the ladder, but when I'm playing Storybook Brawl 99, I think that there is a much higher incentive to pick those up because, one, if you lose, you don't lose anything. There's nothing on the line, no rating or anything like that. You're just playing where the goal is to have fun. But if you can make it work and put something together that is truly powerful, then you might have a shot of winning with one of these really high-rolling heroes with high ceilings as well, with Horde Dragon being able to see so many tier 7 treasures later on into the game, ultimately just going to make him one of the more powerful hero options. So Horde Dragon, definitely worth considering picking up here. And I do think there are some different interesting play patterns to Horde Dragon. Like maybe on another hero you would consider True Love's Kissing this Prized Pig here. I actually think Prized Pig is a pretty decent unit, so it doesn't have to be True Love's Kissed, but on Horde Dragon I'm really not interested in that. One, I do appreciate the extra gold from the Prized Pig, but the other thing is when I am level 3, I'm really just looking for more doubles and triples of the units that I already have copies of to try to find some treasures early on. And one of the reasons that I try to do so is because looking for Hat Ball on Horde Dragon I think is a really good and potentially a strategy that doesn't get enough respect as much as it deserves. Unfortunately, we're gonna get totally dumpstered here by a donkey supported by Lady of the Lake from Snow Angel. So just a little bit awkward there, but they must have used a True Love's Kiss or something like that in order to get that Snow Angel, because their hero power was still on level 4. So not sure what they did there, but another interesting example here. I go for the Madman pickup rather than the Polywoggle. And the main reason for that is it's a double. And Polywoggle, again, just like what am I going to do with a single tier 4 unit compared to a double of a tier 2 unit? Maybe it'll help us find Hat Ball. That's just one of the ways that you can go over the top in Storybook Brawl, with Crystal Ball being one of those treasures, Mage Comps having an infinite ceiling, really. But maybe we can even do something more spectacular with Horde Dragon, like a level 4 Holy Grail. That could be pretty sweet too. We'll see what comes of that. We are going to be strong enough on this combat to actually kill my opponent's Prized Pig and win our own. So 3 extra gold this turn. Looking pretty good, 3.2, going to want to use that gold to pick up some pairs and doubles of our existing units, but I do like Good Witch here as well to be able to just support this Princess Peep and this Frog Prince. And the other thing that I can do that is kind of cool here, I am going to pick up the Mummy just to get a little bit stronger, and then I'll pick up Sherwood Sure Shot to be a pair. But moving Madman over means that now all of the spots in my front row will support sheep tokens. So that's pretty cool. The reason to play the Mummy over the Sherwood Sure Shot is the Mummy will get into the combat and die, which means that that opens up some space for our sheep. So just trying to play as strong of a board as we can. And I don't think I actually go for the spinning gold here, but I don't think that would have been a bad play either. Sell the prized pig, pick up the spinning gold as a little bit of a speculative purchase. My opponent gets their Pollywoggle Sleigh on 3.2, not a huge deal. And interestingly, their Mad Mim has to attack into my Frog Prince, so that actually allows my Frog Prince to survive there. So that's pretty funny. I'll sell off the prize pig here, pick up a mummy before rolling and picking up another mummy. And we've got some options here for sure. Forking Rod is really good if I want to still try to go the crystal ball route. Krampus's sleigh could be good because we're about to play up against a Horde Dragon, but Sky Castle also seems sweet. And then I consider picking up Crystal Ball, but with Horde Dragon plus the treasure map, this Gingerbread Knight would be able to give us a tier 7 treasure. So it's just a little too juicy for me to pass up. I am gonna have to sell some units in order to pick that up, but I think this could be really strong. So I'm gonna sell out of the Mad Mim and the Minotaur, pick up the Gingerbread Knight. We can even put that in over the Frog Prince. And this is going to be what allows us to grab that level for her Holy Grail. Next turn, we're just going to roll for Gingerbread Knight. We might even be below 20 health here. We see that Horde Dragon went the Forking Rod route, so we could have done that instead, but we are going to wind up losing this combat to the Forking Rod. And unfortunately, we stay above 22, but that's still fine. I do consider Nutcracker and other princes and princesses, but ultimately I'm just going to wind up rolling for Gingerbread Knight, or would have taken Juliet or Prince Arthur potentially there too, but Gingerbread Knight definitely the best one to pick up for this current board. As soon as I pick up this Holy Grail, I'm thinking about what I want to do with all of this gold next turn. And this is super important to do anytime that you get a Holy Grail and you're not level 6 yet, because that one's pretty easy. You just pick up all of the trees that you can find, but this answer is a little bit more complicated with what I want to do with my turn. Now, I am Horde Dragon. We've got the royal thing going on with the Sky Castle, so I'm thinking I probably just want to pick up any 4-cost royals that I find and ignore absolutely everything else. So that's the game plan going in, and I'm just kind of psyching myself up for it mentally and thinking about the types of units that I want to pick up. So I want to pick up definitely all of the Gingerbread Knights and King Arthurs that I find. That is going to make us just the strongest that we can for the current board. Then I probably even just want to pick up stuff like Juliet and River Wish Mermaid, just because I don't want to only be rolling for 2 specific units the entire turn. So I'm willing to pick up any of those things, and from there, I also got to think about what treasures that I want and what I'm going to do with those treasures, so that way I can more easily make those decisions, know what treasures to skip, know what treasures to take advantage of. So definitely thinking Staff of the Old Toad and Ambrosia, using Ambrosia to power up Prince Arthur as well. So all of those things are on my mind going on to this turn. We lose the combat, but we're still alive, so it's fine for us. It actually pumps up our Gingerbread Knights, and we are going to start this turn by picking up a bunch of Gingerbread Knights. I actually, while selling off the other units, miss a King Arthur, but that's totally fine. You're going to miss some things when you are Holy Grail and you can't do it perfectly, but the important thing here is we take as many Gingerbread Knights as we can. And when I take Juliet, then I realize, okay, well, I should probably take Arthur too, and continue rolling right past that XP spell. And that's when I realized that maybe I do want to pick up some XP. It will complicate some things in terms of what we're actually doing this game, and there's no tier 5 royals, but it would be good just to get some XP and continue to be strong. I would have rather had the Wish Upon a Star than the Turkish Delight, but I'll take either one, and the sooner you grab the XP, the sooner you can start looking for tier 5 units. Then I'm able to grab another Prince Arthur. That's going to give us Evil Eye, which is not something that I was considering going into this turn, but it's something that I pick up now because we've got the Baba Yaga. I don't know. I wasn't really, like I said, thinking about picking this one up. I tripled the Romeo. Again, not something that was really on my mind, and now you can see I haven't considered these tier 4 treasures at all. That definitely slows me down a bunch. Maybe I should have just ignored the Romeo altogether, and then I do wind up picking up another Gingerbread Knight, and then that ends my turn. And you can kind of see the things that I was prepared for and the things that I wasn't prepared for. But ultimately, we are going to have a really, really strong board right now with all of these royals getting +8/+8 each turn, other than Juliet. I will want to find a double on the Juliet sooner rather than later. Maybe that can give us the Staff of the Old Toad, because we want to start pumping those up with our Arthurs as well. So that'll be something to look forward to. And then here, I'm just going to take any one of these treasures. And I realize that there is a River Wish Mermaid in the shop right now, so I just decide I briefly consider Hand of Midas before just taking Dracula Saber, just to get it out of the pool, because we can't skip the treasure. We're probably going to grab a treasure from the River Wish Mermaid, and then that gives me Hand of Midas. And Hand of Midas combined with this Wish Upon a Star is really, really fantastic. That is going to mean that next turn we will be able to pick up a tier 6 unit and upgrade it to kind of kickstart this game. And an upgraded tier 6 unit, kind of awkward with Horde Dragon, of course, but is ultimately just going to give us a bunch of power and a comp to pivot into. Yes, pivot. We're not done. Just because we've got all of these Prince Arthurs, I'm not satisfied with this in Storybook Brawl 99. Maybe when Court Wizard was a royal, we could have gotten away with something like this, but now in Storybook Brawl 99, yes, maybe in a normal lobby, this could have won. But we got to go much bigger for this one, because we're going to have... we're just not going to be... There's still 70 players left in this lobby. Do you know how many more turns are left in this game? +8/+8 to all of my units every turn just isn't going to cut it. We are going to be strong enough, though, to win this turn, and I think the next few turns, because we are getting a little bit of scaling. It's just not going to be enough scaling to really get us to the end game. We're getting +6/+6 on all of our units, and then a little bit more on our Gingerbread Knights, even as they are able to slay with the River Wish Mermaid. So that is going to give us the freedom to take something a little bit more speculative. And trees, I think, is definitely where I want to be, especially on Horde Dragon, because trees can really make use of those tier 7 treasures that are going to be how you actually win the lobby, and just put some really, really powerful stuff together. I'll also be able to grab a 2nd or 4th King Arthur here. That gives me Staff of the Old Toad. And I am noticing that there is kind of a cute sleigh comp in the shop right now. We've got the River Wish Mermaid, we've got the Baba Yagas, we've got the Evil Eye. Ultimately, I don't think that that's going to be good enough, because I don't really want to play Slay on Horde Dragon. I just want to use Staff of the Old Toad to find more trees and grab some tier 7 treasures, and I think that is going to be pretty good for us. But the other thing that I am considering that would be pretty cool is we're going to go for slaying trees now. We're going to be using River Wish Mermaid plus the Evil Eye to support Ashwood Elm and kind of scale that up. So that way, when we do find a burning tree, it is going to be absolutely massive, with the Ashwood Elm getting +4/+4 each turn. Pretty sweet. And it's so sweet, in fact, that I decide to go even further into this strategy, picking up a 2nd Ashwood Elm, and now they can both get +4/+4 each turn. So River Wish Mermaid kind of doing like a Heartwood Elder impersonation in the back row, kind of silly. But then I pick up a Hercules, and awkwardly, we don't really have any support for the Hercules, but I think that's fine. It's going to take probably 5 turns to connect with it and grab that tier 7 treasure, but that is fine for the payoff that we will actually get from it, because a tier 7 treasure just gets to be so powerful for us. So a little bit awkward here, but ultimately I think that that's going to be good. There is another option in this shop, which is lock onto Baba Yaga for next turn, just to grab the tier 6 treasure, and then we can True Love's Kiss that into an upgraded tier 6 unit. There's some play to it, but ultimately I think that my gold is just going to be better off rolling for trees. I'm really interested in the tier 7 treasures more than I am the tier 6 treasures regardless. Playing up against a little bit of a summons comp here, we're going to take my opponent out and also get some nice scaling on both of our trees, so all of that is pretty sweet. And then I will wind up rolling a little bit this turn, and I believe, oh, okay, this we find a drink me potion here into a lucky coin plus a knighthood. So I have to sell 2 things to pick up this knighthood, but I think it's worth it. When we find a burning tree, it is going to be absolutely massive. Currently it's giving 79, so that's 79 times 2, that's 158. Is that right? Yeah, 158 to a burning tree. So just absolutely massive stats when we eventually do find the burning tree in Echowood, and each turn those numbers are just getting bigger as my Ashwood Elms are able to slay here. So pretty silly stuff. Like I said, I think that we are going to manage to continue to be strong enough that we are going to be able to make this Hercules work as well. I don't think that's going to be a problem. We do see that Celestial Tiger has a Holy Grail themselves, so they could be scary. We don't finish them off. They've got a bunch of health left over there, and they might be able to put something sweet together with that. And that's kind of the fun of Storybook Brawl, is everybody gets a chance to, well, not everybody, but more players in the lobby will be putting together some sweet stuff. So it's going to be a battle of the sweetness, and I am debating if I want to pick up Nyan Sea Terror there. Could be kind of interesting, and then also debating the Evil Twin, kind of cool, but I really just want to find a burning tree, especially now that I've picked up Echowood. We've got Staff of the Old Toad. I just want to roll, find a burning tree, because that baby is going to be absolutely massive. So we will want to keep our eyes peeled for some more trees. We are going to get some nice scaling here with the Ashwood Elms. We just need a burning tree to make use of it. We also get a hit onto Hercules, so that is great. But this is actually a really close combat. We wind up getting a tie, so the pressure is on. Our opponents are starting to catch up with us a little bit in this lobby, and we don't want to take for granted that we had a Holy Grail turn, because that was a whole bunch of turns ago. We need to actually find something that can turn into a win here, and for that reason, I wind up rolling past these Ashwood Elms. We really just can't spend 6 gold right now on picking up another tree that isn't burning tree. So I'm gonna go for spinning gold here, and then hopefully that gives us enough gold to roll for the burning tree, because yeah, like I said, we need to actually start to get a little bit stronger on this board, or else we might fall behind, and that would be, of course, really unfortunate. As we get into the top 28 here, we are looking at some real contenders in this endgame. So definitely some strong opponents to consider. One thing that I totally forgot to point out is that we also could have knighthooded the Hercules. And I think that this play was ultimately better, but I believe that Hercules had 80 damage left to go when we could have knighthooded it, so it could have completed in like 2 combats, or maybe even 1, as opposed to 4. So definitely would have been something worth considering, as we still do not have our Hercules complete yet because of that. And we are actually going to wind up getting a loss here. We take 9 damage down to 5, so we're not dead, and we do get to pick up a tier 7 treasure, and that tier 7 treasure is a round table. So I'm feeling pretty good right now, despite just losing a combat, because we did not die, and now we picked up a round table, which with these Ashwood Elms is going to be absolutely massive. And I might have brought this up, the River Wish Mermaid kind of doing a Heartwood Elder impression and being pretty good for us, but at this point I think we actually do want to pick up a Heartwood Elder. And this is actually, by the way, the second time I've recorded this video. The first time I recorded it, I accidentally pressed the spacebar and stopped the recording. So that was pretty awkward. So apologies if I have repeated myself at any points during this video, but I think I've been pretty good about it. But we wind up picking up the Heartwood Elder here. The main reason that we grab that, or that's going to be better than the Heartwood Elder, or the River Wish Mermaid, sorry, is that now we've got the round table. So any tree that we pick up is going to add a ton more stats to Echowood. And we can see Echowood at 3,000. We really just have to worry about it getting scammed. If Echowood doesn't get scammed, I think that we're going to win this combat and future combats too, because 3,000 is just such a big number. And my opponent hits one Pigomorph on an Ashwood Elm, one Pigomorph on a Heartwood Elder. That's not going to be enough. You got to scam the Echowood or you haven't heard the last of me. And now we get to pick up a tier 7 treasure. I was pretty sure I'm dumping Evil Eye. And Radiant Prism is absolutely fantastic. There's also a Burning Tree in the shop, so that is going to give us a ton more stats on Echowood. And we could go for some Heartwood Elders here, but we've got Radiant Prism now. So I think we can do better than that, and I'm also thinking about what I want to do to go even farther in this game. I'm probably keeping Radiant Prism, I'm probably keeping the Round Table, but I might want to toss this Staff of the Old Toad for like a 9th Book of Merlin. That could be really cool. That way, while people are trying to scam us, we could also potentially scam them back and do some nice stuff with that. So because of that, I'm going to sell off Romeo, pick up a Nyan Sea Terror, and now it doesn't matter what's a tree and what isn't a tree. Everything is a tree, which is going to give our Echowood massive, massive amount of stats. That is going to make it go up to 5,400, over 5,000 health there on the Echowood. So pretty insane stuff. That is going to be quite a powerful unit for us. And now we can pick up something like Lordy. That's just even more stats. I think that Lordy might not be worth the coin investment, but I'm thinking Lancelot could be. Lancelot will actually immediately activate because of the Heartwood Elders and immediately give us a tier 6 treasure for next turn. So that is looking really cool, and we can Evil Twin either on the Hercules or the Lancelot to try again if we don't find the exact treasures that we want. And then Ashwood Elm, also pretty good considering that we have the Round Table. I think I'm just locking this shop though for the Evil Twin and really trying to find 9th Book of Merlin, because if we do that, I think it's going to be tough to beat us. I will probably in any instance be keeping the Round Table. Though it will be something to consider if, let's say, we get Mimic Chest, or, I mean, because Mimic Chest and 9th Book are both really, really insane treasures for us right now. And we could potentially get both of them. Now, either one is going to be really good because Mimic Chest does still work with Round Table and Echowood. You typically want a second Echowood in order to really, really make use of it, but we'll see what we can do. My opponent with a rather large Mage Mordred, but we've got an Echowood up over 7,000. So my opponent with no scam is not going to be able to take out this Echowood, and that is going to let us clean them up there. And then we get a tier 6 treasure from Lance. And Wand of Weirding, while not something that I just called out, could still be pretty cool, mainly because it is going to allow us to double cast this Evil Twin and then pick up 2 tier 6 treasures next turn. Don't know why I held up a 5 there, but it's because Lance typically gives you a 5. And from here, I'm just playing both of these Lancelots. They're both going to activate. I can even take a Nyan Sea Terror, take an additional look. Don't really care for Pandora's Box at this point. We've already seen and held on to the best tier 7 treasures at this point in the game. Maybe I would play, no, I wouldn't even do anything with a Mirror at this point. There's just nothing it can do. So we are gonna see what we can do. We're gonna grab 2 tier 6 treasures this turn and just continue to be absolutely massive and do some sweet stuff. My opponent does have a little bit of scam. They've got a Medusa, a Croc, and a Pumpkin. So this could get a little bit awkward. We take out the Medusa, so it's really just going to come down to what's in the Pumpkin. The Sherwood Sure Shot can't even beat us either, and unfortunately, there's a Rotten Apple Tree in the Pumpkin, and that is going to be enough to get my opponent the win. We just had to avoid scam on our Echowood for as long as we could, but eventually that did catch up with us, so we didn't wind up walking away with a win on this one, but I would still say, similar to the message I was trying to push yesterday, this still felt like a win. This was still a really, really sweet game where we put a bunch of sweet stuff together. A level 4 Holy Grail, Evil Twin on some Lancelots, almost had Exodia. We were probably 1 turn away from an Exodia comp there and just being absolutely massive. But unfortunately, we're going to fall a little bit short, which means that we just got some more reason to play in the future. But that is going to be it for me today. Here's the details for my giveaway. Just leave a comment on any of my videos this week that includes the word support, and you'll be entered into a chance to win a 4,000 dust code. The reason that I say to include the word support, that way I can differentiate between the people just leaving a comment and those that are actually interested in the dust, to make sure that it goes to a person that will appreciate it. And there's no limit to how many times you can enter. You can go back and comment on some of my previous videos. I've been uploading daily Storybook Brawl videos for the past 7 or 8 months at this point, so I'm sure there is some sweet content that you have yet to see. And yeah, you can enter multiple times. I will do a new code next week. And the other thing that I wanted to say is that if a bunch of people enter, I will give away more codes. So that's just going to be limited by how many people are entering and how many people are commenting. I really appreciated last time when I did this that it got to let me hear from some of the people that typically just watch and wouldn't otherwise comment and let me know that they're watching. So it's a really cool way to let me know that you support the channel, potentially helps grow the channel. I've been seeing a lot of comments recently that are like, just here to boost the algorithm, and I really appreciate all of that stuff too. If you like the video, if you follow, if you subscribe, etc., and let me know that you're appreciating the content. And this is kind of a way for me to hopefully give back to you guys while maybe growing the channel and thanking you for all of the support that you've given me. And I picked that word. It's a little bit cheeky. You can tell me your favorite support unit. You can tell me why, or you can just say just supporting the channel or whatever you want to do. But I thought that would be a fun one. And I'll do a new code word each week, just that way I know who's still interested in the giveaway and can separate between the different ones. But I'm going to be running this for probably a few weeks, depending on how much participation there is. I got a whole bunch of dust codes to give away from Storybook Brawl, so thanks to them for also supporting the channel. And that's it. Yeah, good luck. I will also just point out, because I never gave an update on the previous giveaway that I did in a video. That was won by Raj, who I believe only left like 2 or 3 comments over the course of that month-long giveaway for a gem code. There was like, I don't know, like over 100 entries into that competition. So don't be discouraged, anybody can win. And if a bunch of people enter, like I said, I'll even give away some more stuff a little bit faster. Let's get this channel to over 1,000. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.